Hey, sports fans, Larry Eater here. This is Brooks on Running, the part of our series of interviews. We're with Sadie Engelhardt. She is a Brooks NIL athlete currently running for NC State. Sadie, great to see you.
Thanks for having me. Great to see you too.
And thank you for being able to juggle your schedule. I understand when coach says, we got a meeting now, we're going to run now, and how do you juggle the traveling and school?
Yeah, it's luckily I've only we don't travel too much. I think we have some good training blocks.
Uh-huh.
Um but yeah, when I am traveling, there's not much time to do things. I'd say like the this is the day before the race, so this is the most free time we get, which is perfect. But yeah, other than that, like I try to fit in seeing my parents. They usually are at the same hotel as us.
Oh, cool.
Um, and yeah, just hang out with the team. Um, Usually we're eating or on the bus, so yeah.
What now? Again, you're just getting into NC State. What is the biggest lesson you've learned about moving from high school to the world of college running?
Yeah, I mean, so far, obviously, I don't have like a huge, I mean, I haven't been in college that long. So,
Huh?
I guess what I've learned so far, I feel like a lot of people kind of, give freshmen this reputation of like, this is an adjustment period. Don't expect too much from them, whatever.
Mhm.
I honestly feel like not a whole lot has changed. Obviously I am 6 hours away plane ride, and I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest part. But other than that, I feel like things are pretty similar. I worked out pretty much the same as I did in high school right
Mhm.
now. So, obviously, like the volume is more because I'm training for a 6K, but very similar workouts, very similar coaching style. And it just makes it better because, I'm with this huge group of girls who I think know when to take things seriously, when things are fun. Most of the time we're laughing though, so that's awesome. And I think that just has helped the, you know, move kind of seem a little sweeter. But overall, like I haven't had any real issues, knock on wood. So yeah, I think it's gone pretty smoothly.
How did you get it started in running?
Yeah, so I played soccer. I started playing soccer when I was 4 years old, and I my dad played soccer at University of Pennsylvania, so he kind of got me into that. And in fourth grade, I remember we moved from Massachusetts to California, and my mom was just like, you should try out this cross country thing. Like your elementary school has cross country in the morning, and we ended up like setting up a carpool with one of my neighbors, and they helped me get there in the mornings at like 5:30. It was crazy early. Um and yeah, it just kind of blossomed from there. I wasn't a huge fan of the training aspect at first.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much only liked racing. But yeah, I started to take it seriously in eighth grade. Other than that, like before I was, running maybe 3 days a week. But yeah, as soon as, I got around to like just before freshman year, I started really like applying myself.
Mhm.
Um, and not too much either. Like I've always been like decently moderate mileage. I think I was like 28 my freshman year and just have been going up like 3 or 5 miles each year or season-ish. So yeah, I kind of that's how it went.
What do you remember about your first cross country race?
Oh, so it was at this park called Arroyo Verde in Ventura. And it's like the classic, like that's where all the middle school, elementary school championships are held.
Mhm.
And it was the first race of the season, obviously. And I uh remember getting out, and I was like, I got out pretty quick. I feel like I still do that kind of to this day, but
Mhm.
I got out pretty quick, and I was like, okay, like I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. I kind of like held back, and then one of my coaches was like, just go. And so I ended up, just kind of running recklessly and coming in. the home stretch, and my mom was like, "Oh, poor Sadie, like she took the wrong turn. She must have like screwed up the course." But yeah, that I just remember liking, that atmosphere and like people cheering and um I'm very competitive, so that just fired me up.
Um, do you do you have a favorite season? Do you like indoor track more or outdoor track or cross country?
I always I feel like I always say the season that I'm in is my
Cool.
favorite.
Yeah,
But yeah, obviously track does have a special place in my heart. I'd say outdoor track is like the classic California, thing
sure.
because we don't really have indoor. I mean, obviously I traveled to New York and Boston for those indoor meets, but yeah, I'd say like in general, I like to focus on, the season at hand. Um, Nonetheless, though, I think track is probably just a little bit higher than cross, um, but it is very different. So,
Do you have favorite cross country courses from high school?
ooh, I love the California State course. I think Clovis is, I don't know, kind of. I mean, we previewed the Nutty Comb course today, and
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of the Clovis course, just in the way that there are a lot of transitions and tangents and certain things you have to focus on at pretty much all points in the race.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I definitely say Clovis and NXN didn't go well for me both times, but um I think the course itself is really great. Has a lot of, variety in it. I think the weather just really, takes a toll. I think for
Oh,
me, just
yeah.
being from California, we don't, I mean, I don't train in that. Um, but yeah, I do like that course.
That brings up a point, and I wanted to throw this out to you because I get a lot of notes from young athletes. Um, I think you've handled yourself really well when you've run big races and done very well, and that's a big deal. How do you deal with races that don't go so well? What do you tell yourself, or do you just kind of let it go, or what's your approach?
Yeah, I mean, I have a huge support system. So, obviously, I, like I said, like I'm competitive, I'm a competitor, and I don't want to do poorly. And I think, when I finish the race, like obviously a lot of thoughts go through my head, like, oh, that just wasn't it. But I really try to like kind of compress those for the time being just to, be happy for the winner, be happy for others running the race, kind of gather whether that's like teammates or friends and just kind of, I mean, we all push ourselves, so that's just something to celebrate as well. Um, but then obviously like there's a time to reflect, and you can't just like push that bad race aside. Like you really have to learn from it.
Mhm.
And so I'll go back to the hotel room and just it's hard though because it's like you try sometimes I get this feeling of like, oh, like almost like I'm embarrassed, but that's where my parents come in. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you embarrassed? Um, so yeah, I'll do some reflecting and then most of the time like I really try to keep it positive so none of that ever um comes to my brain. But yeah, I think um at the end of the day, like each race is not going to be perfect.
Sure.
And I think that's what I like from freshman year. I remember a lot of my races did go pretty well. And it was like each race, since I was on this different training and different environment, each race was um a PR, which is like so rare, obviously. So yeah, I think I had that like skewed vision or view, sorry, of what racing should be, but I think I've learned through my high school years that like every race is different. And you can't even compare like the last year's race to the current year's race because literally every single thing about it is different. And so there's just no point. And just like I guess I just tell myself to take races one at a time and control what I can control.
Cool. You won three state cross country titles. And I just think that's awesome. Um, do any of those races stand out for you?
Yeah, oh, let's see. Yeah, state. Oh, actually, the most memorable one I think is I think my first one with when I was competing against Dahlia Freitas and we were just going at it the whole race. I think that was probably the most fun because the race just went by like that because we
Mhm.
were just, everything was a conscious move and trying to match each other and it was just fun. But yeah, I'd say all of them. And I don't think I didn't win that one, but I'd say that was the most fun um state championship for sure.
Cool, cool. Um, let's talk a little bit about your training. Do you
Mhm.
have a favorite workout that you do?
Ooh. Oh, for cross country, it's probably like 1Ks. I think that's a good distance. Like when when it's 800 repeats, I don't know why those are like sleeper hard. Like you
Yes.
don't think they're gonna be
Yeah.
you don't think they're gonna be difficult, but they are. And then like obviously mile repeats are just a little bit long. So I think 1Ks is like are like perfect distance. Um but for track, I actually do like um more faster stuff. So my coach in high school, obviously I haven't been at in a track season in college, but in high school I would do really short sets. So say it would be like 150, 300, 150, and then that times a certain amount. Or like there was this one workout where it was like 3 by 300 all out with obviously full recovery. So stuff like that, like it's not mentally taxing at all. It's
Uh-huh.
just how hard can I push myself?
Sure.
Um, so yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Is there a workout that you did that you knew was good for you, but you detested it, or that just drove you a little nuts?
Yeah, I will say, we used to do this in high school, the 2 by 2 mile tempo.
Wow.
That on the track, either on the track or down by the beach. It was pretty flat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one was it was just like daunting a little bit. Like you don't want to run a 2 mile rep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then sometimes he'd have me do like stuff afterwards, like some hills. Um, and that would just yeah, it's just a big workout for sure.
How did you handle recovery days in high school?
Oh, I was not very good at that. I really didn't dial anything in high school
Okay.
until I think, the last couple months of my senior year, just because I did get an injury.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, I didn't like, I mean, I didn't do any recovery stuff. Got 9 hours of sleep. Um, and I think that was pretty much it. I never rolled out.
Mhm.
My mom's a yoga teacher. She's like, come to yoga. I was like, nope. Um, and yeah, I never like I didn't get my blood work. Um, but yeah, I think that's a big thing also that's changed here, obviously. Like we have a trainer and I go in and before every run, after every run, hot tub, cold tub. Um, so yeah, it's definitely different, but yeah, I wasn't too great at that in high school.
What was the name of your high school coach?
So I had a couple, Josh Spiker
Oh, I knew
was
Josh.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was our high school coach, and then
Wow.
um, for that last little bit, I was coached by Matt Hamill, who's been my coach forever. He like got me into it in fourth grade, and yeah, he trained me through that track season. And they would collaborate too. My junior year, Matt and Josh would like work together, and that was really cool.
Yeah, I met Josh when he was in college.
Yep,
So,
yep, at
yeah,
Wisconsin.
yeah. Before he even and he had a running store for a while,
Yeah,
and
I worked there up until
wow. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I
up
remember
until
when he
the last little
started
bit.
it. He and I were talking about it because I think he purchased it from somebody, and we were
Yeah.
just hanging out at a race together. Um, You have we've seen you at, a lot of the big nationals and races. When did you let yourself realize that you had a talent at running and then you decided you'd like to pursue it?
Ooh, I'd have to say, like I said before, just eighth grade because
Mhm.
that's when I kind of, left soccer.
Yeah,
And, soccer is so competitive. Like every soccer player's goal is to be on like the US women's team and go to certain colleges, and it's just like that is literally everyone's goal.
yeah.
And there are so many good players. And I think for running, like it was just a clear um thing for me that just like my skill level was higher in running
Mhm.
than in soccer. So yeah, I think eighth grade is when I was like I think I ran like 440, and that's when I was like, okay, I think, if I get some new training, high school training, new environment, faster competition, I think things can go well.
What shoes do you use on your hard days? Do you have a shoe
My hard
preference?
days. Yes, it's the Hyperion Elite, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so for uh yeah, like tempos, and stuff like that, I will, and sometimes on the track as well. I'll use that shoe.
What do you race in?
Well, we have to race in Adidas, so
Okay, you do. Okay, all right.
we yep, we run in I run in the oh my gosh, I'm blanking, but I believe it's the middle distance Adidas Spike for
Okay.
cross country. Yep.
And what do you use for your long runs? What shoe do you use for?
Oh, I use the Hyperion Max.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that one. That's a fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a great cush ride.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
Yes.
talk to me about Coach Laura Hennis is your coach, and she's developed what an incredible program at NC State. I mean, um, was it hard for you to make the decision to go to NC State? Because I know you visited other schools.
Yeah, it was so I started it kind of early the whole process. But yeah, I mean, NC State was my first visit. I knew some of the girls prior to that that were on the team, and I was like, this is gonna be like a practice visit, whatever. Like I like the coach a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna move across the country, like kind of a lot of like in the air about NC State. And so when I visited the other schools, I just kept comparing the other schools to NC State. And I was like, but NC State has this and this. And it's like, it was just in the back of my mind throughout all my visits. And yeah, it came down to two schools, Stanford and NC State. And I, I think I was just really drawn to NC State. Um, and I think a big part of that was just the culture. I think it's nothing I've ever experienced before. Like the girls are so close, and there's no like competitiveness within each other. It's literally just like we're all pushing each other to reach our goals. And I think we're very team oriented. And we almost put the team before ourselves sometimes in cross country. So I think that's super cool to make that sacrifice. And then, yeah, like you said, like our coach has pretty much built this culture. And I think a big part of that is like recruiting. Like she is very good at recruiting.
Mhm.
And she knows which people will fit. And yeah, I think it's just a great place to be at for sure.
Cool, cool. You were talking about a little earlier about um, the girls on the team keep it fun, and that really does that take some of the pressure off being a top collegiate athlete?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think it can obviously feel, and that's what I felt like with some other schools. Like I felt like most of them were just like, okay, you're basically a pro athlete, and it's very serious. And um, I don't know, like it was all about running. for most of the schools that I visited. And I feel like here there's a great balance. And I think obviously all the girls are great students and prioritize their school. Um, but yeah, it's funny. We were actually just talking about this today. Just the fact that like we will go to like pre-meet the day before the race and we will be like goofing off and making jokes and doing random stuff and um I think I feel like sometimes people are like surprised by that almost because, we are it's just a talented team. I think a big reason why we're so successful is just because of that like fun aspect. Um and keeping it just like we're running with our best friends and it's fun and yeah, I think it's something you don't see a lot in a lot of college programs for sure.
One of the things that many athletes tell me, and was part of my experience too, is you go from a high school where you're the top athlete, many times you're leading the entire workout, and now you're in a program where you share that. Is that how it works at NC State?
Yep. Yeah, I think, and for me too, like, I really enjoy having people around me. I feel like it makes the workouts just fly by um, I've, like, some of the workouts I've done here, like, I would have never been able to do them back home, just because I've been doing them with people and we've been pushing each other. So yeah, I think I guess, like, you just got to let go of that ego. From if you had that in high school, like it's a whole different thing. And I think
Sure.
once you get to college, you realize like none of that is serious. Like everyone here is not doesn't even know what's going on in the high school scene.
Yeah.
Um, so you gotta put that in perspective, for sure. And um, I think it's cool. I think it's like a clean slate. Um, and yeah, I just like the position that I'm in for sure.
Cool. What's your major?
I'm in sports management.
Cool. Do you have
Yep,
a favorite class right now?
I do. I really like, and I'm not a math person at all,
Uh-huh.
but I'm in finance.
Cool.
And I don't know, like I can't do calculus, like I'm very bad at calculus and all that, but like once it's like actual real like money and um more like common sense math and like not crazy like calculations, like that just makes sense to me. So I think that class is my favorite.
Cool. Um, when you were in high school, did you feel a lot of pressure to perform?
Um, like external pressure, um, at times I think it comes in waves.
Mhm.
Um, but mainly I think it really comes from me and like what I think I'm capable of.
Sure.
Um, and yeah, I really had, like I said, just like I still have a close support system and not a whole lot of people really in that inner circle. So I think like those um people just, help to ground me in moments like that. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's like people can say whatever they want to say and have these expectations for me. And sometimes I will say like that fuels me. Like if people are kind of doubting me, that fuels me. Um, but the pressure from like, yeah, like I said, like it just once in a while I would feel it, but at the end of the day, like racing is my favorite part. Um, and I just enjoy it so much. So I don't think any pressure could take that away from me.
What is your philosophy on social media? Do you spend much time on it? Do you stay away from it during the season? Or does coach have any requirements for you all?
I don't, so obviously it hasn't gotten to that point in the season yet,
Sure.
with like regionals, ACCs, nationals. But I wouldn't be surprised if, there was some sort of detox.
Yeah.
Um, in past, like in high school, I think I still have a couple like restricted, like I was injured my last senior season and I just restricted all
Sure.
all running accounts, and that seemed to help. But like when I'm, in the season feeling fit, fired up, like ready to race people, I keep that on because, I think it just gets me fired up. So, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. The what do you think is your best distance right
Um,
now? Right now. And then
right
yeah.
now. Well, I'm not sh I think the mile is probably my best distance. I don't know about right now with like my fitness, but since we are like gearing towards cross country, I'd still like to think that yeah, it's either like the mile, maybe a little bit longer just because we're training for longer right now.
How do you like the 6K and how have you adapted to it?
Oh man, the first 6K was rough. It definitely is. It definitely feels longer for sure. Um Cross country is just so hard because it's like that slow burn, and I think it's a lot more mental than track. Like I will say, like track you're hurting, and it's like a different type of pain, which I think I'm more comfortable with. Um, Whereas in cross country, it's kind of like just this long, extended pain that it's just kind of undescribable. But yeah, the 6K. I wasn't mad about it. I was actually pretty happy with that time and just the way we raced. We packed up pretty well, and I think that was a great race for the team. And yeah, I was just happy to kind of get that first 6K under my belt and um yeah, actually like kind of assert myself more in the next 6Ks.
Where was your first 6K at?
It was in Chicago.
Oh, you okay. All right. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I heard some good things about that race. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so our team did very well, and we didn't have Angelina or Grace, so we were kind of just like not kind of unsure of what was going to happen, but yeah, I think we were pleasantly surprised with the result.
Did you like the course?
Oh,
Is
not
like the
not
wrong word? It's like
not
the wrong word.
particularly. Um it was 3 laps of 2K.
Okay.
So
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the lap courses can be challenging. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it was there and back, and then when you got there it was a K obviously,
Huh?
and then so it was just like 1K 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 1K, so it was kind of like pretty repetitive, but I think it told me a lot, just like how if I'm feeling like crap I can still get through that race and finish with um a decent time. So I think that's what cross country is about, just like sticking in it. And I mean everyone's hurting pretty much the whole race, so you just got to go for it.
Um, you were talking about tradition of NC State. They've had incredible cross country results. Is that pride is a big deal for you, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. And coach does like I think she does really well, not putting any pressure on us.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, I think, and all the girls have, a great mindset about it. We're never really thinking about like who's top seven. It's kind of just like you put in the work in training, and if you're working your hardest and you're in a place to help the team, that's great. Like let's go. But I think if you, she says like if we're worried about place, we're worried about the wrong thing because
Sure.
um, not only are we limiting ourselves, like if you say, "Oh, I just want top seven," it's like then you get seventh, and you think that you can't get sixth, fifth, fourth, any of that. It's like you don't want to have like a set place that you want because you just want to push yourself in training and um, do as well as you can for the team. Um, so yeah, I think we have a great mindset, and I think that's why there's been so much success in the past with NC State for sure.
The do you work out every day together?
Yep. Yeah, some people will do like we have our on our own days on Wednesday, and but other than that, yeah, we're pretty much together every day.
Are you doing two a days or are you doing one a day?
Yeah, I just do one. I'm at like 47 miles per week, and I don't really cross train unless something's bothering me. So yeah, just like just under 50 it's been.
Do you do what's your warm up and cool downs like?
So we do a 2 mile warm up and then cool down. Most of the time, coach will just tell me to go to the nearest mile. So if I'm at 7.5, she'll tell me to go to 8. But some days, I'll need that extra mileage, so we'll just do a 2 mile cool down as well.
Do you do much stretching?
Beforehand, not really. Before a race, I actually do a decent amount.
No.
But yeah, it's kind of just like superstition. But yeah, not really before training or workouts.
Do you do many hill workouts?
So I haven't done a whole lot of hills, because I had just had some lingering injuries in the beginning, like near August.
Mhm.
Um, so but like we do, I don't know if you've heard of like Tobacco Trail. There are some points in the trail where it's like a gradual uphill, and we'll do repeats on that. We also will go to the ACC or Wake Med, which was the ACC course last year,
Mhm.
and just repeat that hill. So yeah, I wouldn't say we do like crazy amount of hills, but I think we do like what's necessary for sure.
You're talking about how your trainers have you do like ice baths. Is that every day after workout or is it after the hard days?
It depends. I try to do it every day. It kind of depends with class and what I have going on. There's days where I wish I could spend like my entire day in the training room just because I'm such a dilly-dallyer as well. Like I love being in there and just like not doing anything and just rolling out or um stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say I try to do it every day.
Now, describe for our readers and viewers what the ice bath is like. Are you in there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 5 minutes, or how do they do that?
Yeah, so usually we'll do like contrast bath. So we'll go 5 in the cold and then 5 in the hot and then just keep switching back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Before a run, I'll warm up like um I'll just usually put like go up to my knees just to warm up my Achilles, shin, calves, just because my calves are always pretty tight. Um, I think that's been really great before workouts. Um, but yeah, and then there's like heating pads if you don't want to like obviously go in the water before practice. They have heating pads that you can just plop on and warm up right before practice.
Um, I'm going to take you back to high school just for a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, what did you enjoy about indoor racing, and did you have a favorite indoor race?
Oh, I yes. So I think my last indoor season was my favorite, just because I had some setbacks like in December. I was still dealing with an Achilles issue.
Mhm.
Um, but like and then I had the flu and a lot of things were going wrong in December, January, and then when I finally got to racing in February, it was like nothing had ever, nothing bad had ever happened or any setbacks had occurred. Um, and it was like I was performing even better than I had the last year in indoor season. So that was like a crazy surprise. I think it was mainly from my cross country fitness carrying over, but yeah, I think that season was for sure my favorite, and my favorite race was Milrose Games because that was just insane. I would kill to go back. But yeah, that was great.
Yeah, the Armory is really a lot of fun, and that crowd is so close.
Yep.
It's really fun
Yep.
and I used to go to the old Milrose, which was in Madison Square Gardens, and that track was 160 yards,
Oh
and
yeah.
I used to run 3000s on a track like that out on the West Coast in San
Oh shoot.
Francisco, and it would bounce. It would literally bounce. It was so, and we could wear pin spikes, but it was just totally bizarre. But I love the Armory facility. And you raced at New Balance, right? At the The track and New
Yeah,
Balance? Okay, yeah.
yeah.
That's okay,
I think I've only been to those two, but yeah, they're not bad tracks to be at. So
for sure.
I really enjoyed both of them.
Have you run a 5,000?
I have not on a track.
Okay, okay. Does it give you some trepidation, or do, do you think after running a 6K in cross country, you go
Ooh.
5K is going to be fine?
Um, yeah, and that's what the girls say, like going from 6K to 5K on the track is like life changing. Like it just feels so much better.
Yeah.
I will say I don't know if coach is gonna have me in a 5K this year. Um, I'd say the longest is probably 3K.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't think she normally puts freshmen in a 5K indoor.
That's smart.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to be a 5K runner, to be honest. I'd rather stay, 800 to 3K. So,
You ran a few 2 miles, right?
yeah, I did.
Did you like that distance?
Yeah, it's all right. I pretty much only ran like by myself. It was two races and they were both by myself. I think I ended up running like 9:50
Mhm.
um
That's
for
awesome.
3,200. So, yeah, and that was my freshman year. So, I'm excited to see what I could possibly do in a 3K for sure.
Now, did you race at Arcadia?
Not this past year, but the last, well, freshman, sophomore, junior year. Yeah.
What did you think of that event?
Yeah, I loved it. I think although I will say like the times for me never um I was never like stoked with the time, but the race was just great and the atmosphere was
Yeah,
incredible. The competition. But yeah, I think I don't know, like you look at the time sometimes and it's just kind of underwhelming
yeah.
compared to what goes on in the rest of the season. So, but yeah, nonetheless, it is a fantastic meet. It's so much fun.
You were saying that your mom and dad get to come to all your races?
Uh, yeah, they're trying.
Oh, that's
They
cool.
yeah, they are just sad that I'm not at the house, so they're
Yeah.
um, you know, trying to see me as much as possible. And they love watching me race, so it's been great. Been very lucky.
Are you an only child?
I am.
Okay, yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
my son is two, and he liked it sometimes, but sometimes he missed having siblings around. So he kind of had a couple cousins that he hung out with a lot. So
Yeah.
it made a big thing. But yeah, when you move out and parents become empty nesters, that's a tough one on them, and it's a
Yeah.
tough one on you too because you've had them around for all the time.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
talking about your support group. I would love to. I think that's really cool. Who do
Yeah.
you include in your support group?
I think, well, obviously, like me and my parents, I'm like extremely close with my parents. Um, so I think that they're like the first people that I turn to for sure.
Yeah,
And then like my coach, like I was saying, Matt Hamill, him as well, my high school coach, and then obviously now like Coach Hennis is in that, which has been really great. And I think, that's kind of it. Like
it's
I
cool.
I try to keep it small. But yeah, they really help to ground me in moments where I'm, feeling stressed or um yeah, just overwhelmed with anything. They do a great job of like putting it into perspective for me. Like none of this is actually that serious and you enjoy it, so nothing should be stressful.
Well, Sadie, you've survived 42 minutes. So we've just got 5 questions now, and they're
Okay.
short and sweet. Okay. What do you do when you need to turn off running and turn off school? What is your outlet?
Ooh. I I take my like friendships pretty seriously. Like I have like five really close friends. One I'm lucky to have one at school as well. Like we just got super close. Alexa Dow, she's in my class. We're just like inseparable. Um, so I'll, go with her in like the freshman class to coffee and we'll do random stuff. Like we've been to a bunch of like we went to pet like dogs the other day and go to a cat thrift store and just random stuff, petting zoos, like we're obsessed with animals as well. Um, but and then like fall stuff, like going to farms and stuff like that. So, and then like back at home, pretty much the same thing. Like I have a really close group of three other girls and um we just, I think we just enjoy each other's company. We can kind of just do whatever and it be fun and I'm not worried about running or school or anything like that. So, yep.
All right, what's your favorite coffee drink?
Ooh, I'll have to say whatever, like going to it like not a chain
Okay.
restaurant and just getting like whatever their specialty is of a
Cool.
latte is like usually my go-to.
Cool. Do you have a favorite musical group or favorite musical artist?
Oh, I love Drake. Drake
Oh,
is,
cool. Cool.
yeah, I have yet to see him in concert. He hasn't announced any concerts in the US, but yeah, I am obsessed with Drake. So, yeah.
Do you have a book, a favorite book that you're reading right now?
Ooh, there's not a whole lot of time for me to do that.
I figured. Yeah, yeah.
I would love to get back into reading. I was into reading in like in high school a good amount, but um yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like I would rather just wind down and watch a show. Um but yeah. And even that like I don't even watch shows either. I kind of just like when I lay down I'm going to sleep. There's not like extra like time.
Do you have a favorite show that you've been watching a little bit or not?
Um oh, I'm kind of into crime stuff. So I was watching it's like the new Monster show. It's like oh gosh. It's not the Menendez brothers, not that Monsters. It's like a new one. I think his name is like Eric or something.
Oh,
Um
yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I've
Yeah.
been watching some of that. I'm not a huge Netflix person either. Um but yeah.
Do you have a inspirational quote that you think about, or is anything that you think about like before races or that you kind of play through your head?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a quote, but I would say like I'll just do mantras a good amount.
Cool.
Um and and most of them are just like, let's go, like let's get it, stuff like that. But there's also stuff like during a race I try to repeat as many positive things that come to my mind and yeah, like during the last race, I remember like I was just telling myself like feed off of who you're running with right now. Like these are big names. And so I just was like feed off the energy, feed off the energy. Just random stuff like that. It's not a specific thing, but just whatever comes to mind.
Well, Sadie, you've survived the interview. Congratulations. This is Larry Eater with Run Blog Run. We're with Sadie Engelhardt. She's a Brooks NIL athlete, currently running for NC State. Good luck tomorrow at the Nutty Comb,
Thank
and I hope to see you at the NCAA's later in the season too.
you. Thank you. Thanks,
Sadie,
Larry.
thank you. Thanks for the time. I really appreciate it.
Of
I know
course.
the juggling is insanity right now when you're traveling and doing all that kind of crazy stuff. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you
Well,
again.
thank you for the great interview. Sorry it took a while.
Well, you know what? Good things are worth waiting for. Thank you again.
Thank
We're
you.
Sadie Engelhardt, and